Mr. Kuria, many thanks for coming on the program. What were your impressions of your first day of trading?
Well, very exciting indeed. And it did not go contrary to our expectations. Like I have always said, CIC will be a good buy. It is an organization with tremendous potential. And those people who are looking at potential and long-term perspectives, and for an insurance company that is sustainable, that is making even profit from core business, which is an exception more than the norm in Kenya, I think we have gotten into the market at the right time. And I am very excited by even the start of trading today. It started on a very high note.
All right, very exciting indeed. Tell us, you did not do an IPO, which is what Kenyans are used to, but you listed by introduction. What are your reasons for coming onto the market?
The reason one, we have had individual shareholders from the cooperative movement who have had 25% of the total shareholding, and the rest 75% owned by the anchor shareholder, the cooperative society themselves. And for this group, the individual cooperative shareholders, we wanted them to get an efficient mechanism for trading, and also even for the whole company, also for price, an efficient price discovery system. And we were also using this as a first step to ultimately going either for an IPO or for a rights issue, because right now we did not require any funds. We have enough funds to fund our expansion that is on the table. But going down maybe another 2 years, I see ourselves requiring other funds. And now having already been listed, if we want to go for an IPO, if we want to go for a rights issue, we will have covered tremendous ground. It will be much easier.
The timing for this might be a little curious, because over the last few months, insurance stocks that are listed on the Nairobi Securities Exchange have been the second worst performing. Are you confident CIC might be shielded from this? Yeah, indeed. If you look at our performance over the last 5 years, it has been an upward story and on a very consistent basis. And the reason we did is, I personally am very convinced with the kind of business model that we have. It is sustainable because we are guided by a great vision of with a long-term perspective. We do not compromise, our long-term interest because of short-term gains that cannot even be sustained. So we have approached the market with a lot of discipline. We have also invested in a lot of improvements and innovation, and a lot of these things now have been kind of maturing, and they have come in some kind of a constellation that is getting the company to a tipping point where, there's a lot of synergy with what we have been incubating. And that explains why over the last 2 years, it has been, tremendous growth of 58% in 2010, in 2011, 48%, and that is growing at a high rate from big volumes of business, which is very, very, it's not common. But that goes to inform the kind of strategy behind our business. We kind of went backwards to create momentum, a momentum now that is paying off in terms of the strategies that we have put in place. And the strategies that we have been putting in place are those that will give us a sustainable competitive advantage. We do not do price competition. And that has been the growth picture looks good.
Companies in this market.
All right. The growth picture looking very good, Mr. Kuria. And the last time you came on our air, we talked about your expansion strategy. Kenya is obviously your traditional market. But what are the other markets that you have your eyes very closely on, and how will you be entering those?
In 2 weeks' time, I'm starting actively looking at the process of entering Southern Sudan. And that we are following our strategic investor, and we are going to ride on their backs because they are already going to have an infrastructure, and now that's the whole essence of strategic partnership. So we are going to work with them and be able to launch a cooperative insurer in South Sudan within a very short time. So that one we are talking about a very short term.
All right, many thanks. That is an interesting one, entering South Sudan. Mr. Nelson Kuria, Managing Director of CIC Insurance. Thanks for coming on the program.